Hey everybody, Gordy Marks here with RE/MAX Northwest Realtors, and I'm here with my mortgage expert, Carrie Day from Cornerstone Home Loans. Thanks, Carrie, for joining me today.
We're here today to talk about the cost of waiting to buy a home. And before we get into all the details on that, I think it's important for us to recognize that for some of you, for some people that are watching, for some people that we know, even though there might be a cost to waiting, it's probably best for them to wait.
For sure. Yeah, there's definitely some scenarios where it makes sense to wait. But in the context of today's video, I think we're talking or addressing that section of buyers that are trying to time the market, so to speak,
Right.
and hit it just right. They're trying to hit the best prices, they're trying to hit the best interest rates, they're trying to hit the best of everything.
When would it make sense for an individual to wait to buy a home?
I think the time that I would and have given that kind of advice to clients is when the market has been so crazy hot, just a frenzy of buyers, that people are having to waive certain things that they really shouldn't. So there's some protections for a buyer in a transaction. One is an inspection, and an inspection is just a great tool to have a second set of professionally trained eyes look at the property and just make sure that it is what they think it is. So when the market gets crazy, people start having to, they're bidding against each other, and they to get the property, to win the battle, they start waiving these protections. Another one, we've seen people waive financing, including the appraisal. We've seen them being willing to make up differences of a low appraisal where they come in with extra cash. We've had them make their earnest money deposit non-refundable and even paid directly to the seller, released to the seller upon mutual acceptance. These kind of markets are really not the most healthy market for a buyer, because basically buyers are buying a lot of properties blindly, and some of them aren't really the best investment long term. So that would be a good example of a time to maybe just sit on the sideline a little bit and let the frenzy kind of burn itself out.
Right. So some examples of times when you as an individual might want to wait to buy would be when market conditions expose you to too much risk. Maybe when your employment situation exposes you to too much risk. You're not certain that you can keep your job or that your income's going to be stable.
Right.
Maybe when you have family changes and you're not sure how that's going to impact your living situation.
Right.
I assume all of those are reasons why you might want to pump the brakes rather than buy.
Yeah.
So now that we've established some reasons why you might want to wait to buy, let's talk about what the cost could be if you do wait. So when we think about the cost of waiting, really when you purchase a home, there's two components to cost. There's the financing component. How much is it going to cost you to finance the home? What's your interest rate going to be? What's the impact on your monthly payment? And then there's the real estate cost. There's how much does the home cost today versus 6, 12, 24, 36 months from now.
Right. And Carrie, I think that a lot of people think that as mortgage rates rise, the cost of the home goes down. And that's not always the case.
Right.
So sometimes you'll see mortgage rates rise and the cost of the real estate is rising at the same time.
Right.
That's double bad.
Right.
You know, most people think of their home as their number one investment, and certainly it should be a great investment. But we encourage our clients to, when they purchase their home, to purchase it to live there, not to make a quick buck, because real estate is a longer term investment. It's meant to be held. There are costs involved in buying and selling, and so it's not a quick turnaround typically.
Right. So on that, one of the costs of waiting, outside of just potential mortgage costs, financing costs, or real estate costs, one of the costs of waiting is the personal cost of if you don't own a home and you're waiting, or if you're in a home that's too small and you want to move up and you're waiting for the market to be just right, you're missing out on an opportunity to be living in the house that could best fit and provide for your family. Thanks so much for watching today's video. Hopefully you found it valuable, and if you did, like, comment, subscribe below, and we look forward to seeing you next time.